Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. We're going to get back into more Amberlynn Reid content today. Now, quickly, we are doing part 4 of the Q&As, but I've got part 5 and 6 already done because I mixed up the questions and answers, but we're doing part 4. I might mention the cute little wombat guy for part 5 because I think I filmed that one by accident first. No biggie, it's just a little out of order, but you guys will be getting it in chronological order anyway. That being said, I might switch Halloween guy out probably mid-November once I'm either part 8 or 9 of the Q&As, and then December we might switch in our new Christmas guy that I got. Yeah, so that's all I really have to say. So let's get straight into it, shall we? All right, starting off question 1, we have, hey Amber, and I'm pretty sure this is an ankle follow-up because he does this in his intro, and I now subconsciously do this when I'm just out and about. I'll randomly say it when I hear someone named Amber, or if I hear one of Amber's videos playing. So now, thank you for that, Jordan, but I just do that all the time now. Back to what I was saying. Are you doing Vlogmas this year? To which she responds, honestly, not sure yet. I go back and forth. Well, Amber's going to do it to get either the most amount of money, or she's not going to do it because she's too lazy. It's a 50-50, and honestly, it's really the same thing as any other content. It's just Christmas themed. Moving on to the next question we have, did you see the new episode of the £1,000 Sisters? Their progress is inspiring. To which Amber replies, no, I haven't seen it yet. I am so behind on literally everything that I watch, including YouTube. And I think it's more so the fact that she probably did not watch the new current episodes, but at the same time, I don't think she wants to tempt fate, because a lot of people use morbidly obese people as a standard for other people when they lose weight. And it's more so the fact, like, Amber knows that she's used it as an excuse in the past as well. Like, well, at least I'm not as big as her. So now they're going to go, all right, Amber, she lost the weight. What's your excuse? Moving on to question 3, we have, Mr. Snowflake didn't lie about you cheating. He literally backed it up with your own timelines. To which Amber replied, I'm almost tempted to watch the video so I can rebuttal it. Of course, she's not going to do that because then she would know, well, obviously she knows that she's lying, so she's going to be found out for cheating and she can't justify it. Because I didn't cheat on anyone, period. Amber, you have admitted multiple times that you have cheated in your past relationships, so don't even try that. But I didn't care enough what people think of me. Yes, you do, otherwise you wouldn't be responding to these questions, so I'm good, laugh my ass off. Amber, you are a petty ass person who can't handle people talking back to you, and you have to respond constantly, so you are very much insecure about how people perceive you. Moving on to question 4, we have, did you feel pressured into weight loss surgery with Farlene? To which Amber replies, not at all, because it was my idea to get weight loss surgery in the first place. She supported whatever decision I chose regarding that. Now, I think it was kind of twofold. I think it was more so Amber wanted to get the most amount of attention, views, and subscribers at the beginning of the year, I think it was. And then as it kind of trickled off, she kind of lost interest. And I think it was also to keep Farlene on the hook, because I feel like a lot of the relationships issues kind of started rearing around that time. And in between weight loss surgery and then breaking up, I think Amber decided that she really wasn't going to go through with it. And then after she finally was like, all right, I'm not doing it, I'm not going through with it, Farlene was like, okay, this is the last nail in the coffin, I'm not doing it anymore, I can't really continue with this relationship because you're not changing. Of course, it's just an opinion, so please don't take it as gospel. I'm just assuming what potentially happened in the relationship because a lot of it was off camera. Moving on to question 5, we have, love how people decide it's okay to comment on your body because you are a bad person. To which Amber replies, as if this is supposed to be groundbreaking, this. Amber, you're a massive hypocrite, both physically and metaphorically. Yep, I'm going to talk about you and your weight because you're a shit person. Now, that being said, you are a hypocrite because you have done the same thing to Casey, to Crystal, to Beck, I think maybe Destiny. You've done it to so many different people, Dana, the Slater sisters. Doesn't matter. You will talk shit about other people's bodies. Hell, you did it about random people in restaurants because she was bigger than you. So don't talk about this as if you haven't done the exact same thing. In fact, you also did this only a couple of Q&As ago when you were talking about Mr. Snowflake and his gross ass beard. So maybe check yourself. Also, people don't really care because it's more so the fact that you're also just a shitty person. I've said that twice, but I just need to reiterate that you're a shitty person. Maybe hold yourself to the same standard that you expect other people to hold themselves to, and maybe people will take the high road for once. That being said, I'm not going to do that because me personally, you want to give that energy, I'm going to give you that energy. I mean, you can give that energy back to me, but I don't care about your opinion because you're a random stranger on the internet. you're also an abuser. So, I mean, I'm more likely to take criticism from my own family members than, an abuser. So, have at it, I guess. Moving on to question 6, we have, why did you delete your newest TikTok video? To which Aaron replies, I didn't delete it, it's still there, and I don't watch her TikToks. The only time I have ever watched a TikTok is really when I'm on Instagram and a TikTok reel is featured, or if I watch like Jordan's video and he puts Amber's TikToks in it. That's it. I don't watch them because I don't have the mental energy just to download another app to watch whatever crap she decides to put on there. Ooh, guys, speaking of mental health, I got a cute little update for you guys. You're going to love this. So basically, I work at an animal shelter as an animal attendant in the back of house. Typically, it's animals that aren't ready to be adopted or black tags, which is what I usually work in, which are animals that come from like abuse cases. So they'll come over, we wait until the court cases get finished, and then we get to decide from there what is best for the animals. Now, I've been moved up to adoptions because we recently had a staff transfer, and I'm now working in adoptions until we get a new staff in. Basically, I put a request form into the head manager, like the campus manager, to ask whether or not I could post for you guys some photos of cute little cats and dogs and stuff. Now, we just have to wait and see where that goes. It's probably going to be yes, because we already post stuff anyway. So I just want to make sure, really sure, that I'm allowed to do this and not get trouble at my job. Now, that being said, I went up to adoptions the other day, like for the first time in probably a month, and it's a ghost town, guys. Like, there is nothing up there. We have about 6 dogs, 2 cats, and maybe a handful of birds. That's it. Like, normally we have a full shelter, and the last time I saw it, we were maxed out. Like, we had every single compound full, and now we have nothing. So seeing that many animals adopted is just like cloud nine, honestly. I'm just so genuinely happy. So hopefully that puts a smile on your guys' face, because I would love to post some videos and photos. I would also like to let you guys know we have a bunch of animals that have been adopted. Alright guys, that heartwarming stuff aside, let's get back to this shit post. Are you nervous about loose skin after significant weight loss? Not at all. A decade ago, this was a fear I had, but I look back and I don't even recognize myself. Now, in order for her to lose weight and get loose skin, she would actually have to follow through with the diet. So, of course, she's not going to be worried, because 11 years on YouTube and her weight loss channel turned into a weight gain channel where she gained 200 plus pounds. Moving on to question 8, we have... Oh my god. Lord, give me strength for this bullshit. Alright, let's just get through it. Did you have a 3 or 4 way with Tommy, Alexis, and a partner? To which Amber replies, ha ha ha, no, Tommy and I don't share. Unless it's food in the bedroom, of course. Like, I don't care about these questions, Amber. Why do you even have to answer them? Like, Amber probably picks these deliberately, or well, of course she picks them deliberately, or she makes them herself in order to answer them. They're like, it's a type of social currency for her. It's a way of going like, hey guys, people find me attractive even when I'm like 600 pounds. Like, nobody actually cares. We all think this is really cringy, if anything. But Amber, like, we don't care about this, nor will anyone want to know about 4 fat women in a bedroom at once. Like, that doesn't sound attractive. That sounds like a nightmare to me. Ugh, I'm done. I don't want to do anymore. Moving on to question 9, we have, will we see more of Tommy? I genuinely love how you both light up around each other. The only type of lighting up is Tommy when she smokes around Amber. That woman is so uncomfortable with the way Amber tries to hang off her, and like the only way that she finds her attractive is in a fetish sense. I mean, Tommy to Amber. Like, Amber loves it because she's getting validation, but like, there is no spark of anything but sexual attraction, in which Amber probably just loves that. She doesn't care about the physical, the emotional attraction, as long as the physical's there. Moving on to the next question, we have, how does it feel being a narcissist? To which Amber replies, spicy. Now, I don't like this for multiple reasons, because one, being a narcissist isn't cute. If you're able to really acknowledge that you have problems, and yes, a lot of narcissists can't self-reflect, but if you have the ability to self-reflect, or at least try to manually self-reflect, you can actually change yourself to be a better person. But Amber, you are a physically abusive partner, as well as mentally and emotionally. You put your hands on Crystal and have admitted it. You have allegedly put your hands on Casey. You have allegedly threw stuff at Destiny. You've allegedly, which you admitted to Alexis, that you put your hands on Wifey. Like, that stuff ain't cute. Why are you trying to play it off as a cute joke? Moving on to question 11, we have, will you rate your exes from 1 to 10? All of them. To which Amber replies, that sounds a wee bit hectic. Now, I don't like the comment, I don't like the acknowledgement. Amber, most of the people that you have dated don't want anything to do with you, so you shouldn't have even mentioned this comment, shouldn't have added this comment, should have blocked it and moved on. You yourself say that you will block comments if you don't want to interact with them. Why this one? Also, to the person saying, rate your exes, absolutely not. That is just disgusting. You don't rate people because they are not objects to be rated. They're human beings. And to say whether or not someone is desirable from a 1 to a 10 is honestly one of the most f***ed up things you can really do to a random person, or really just to any of your exes. Leave them be and don't talk about them. Full stop. I'm already starting to get heated because this girl has a way of pissing me off like no other. She is just a shitty person. Moving on to question 12, we have, since you said Felina posed your lifestyle, was that the reason you went off Ozempic? And now, Amber replies, no, any decision to lose weight has always been mine. Any decision to fall off track has always been my doing and no one else's. Makes sense, Amber has zero ambition. Moving on to the next question, we have, people are saying you left your pets during a tornado. True? To which Aaron replies, absolutely not. I was at work when a tornado happened and I physically could not leave. I was 30 minutes away working at an assisted living facility with 60 plus residents. I mean, I don't really know much about the tornado warning, nor will I really have to deal with it because I don't live in an area where tornadoes are present. That being said, I mean, if you did, you did. Moving to the next one, we have, can you please tell me why flirting is comparable to almost ruining a marriage? To which Aaron replies, only if you can comprehend that some marriages are open marriages and some aren't. I am kind of confused about this because, I don't quite understand what it means. Yeah, obviously flirting can ruin a marriage, but I don't understand the context of why the question is being asked. Is this something to do with, Brittany and Erica's relationship? Moving on to the next one, we have, why won't people shut up about your animals? OMG. To which Amber replies, because they are waiting and waiting and waiting till one small thing might show that I'm not a perfect Amber. Nobody gives a shit about perfection. Perfection is a narcissistic ideal. We do not have perfection in human beings. We are born imperfect, we die imperfect. That is how human beings are. You are the only person that cares about perfection because you perceive yourself to be perfect, and any criticism is against your perfect little record. Pull your head out of your own ass and understand that the outrage is not fake because you are a shit pet owner. You went to Chili's with your girlfriend, who is also a shit pet owner, because you could not take your pet to the 24-hour vet on the same street. You are a shit pet owner, and I will say it again one more time for your dumb ass to understand. You are a shit pet owner. Seriously, how is she going to be one small thing that proves that I'm not a perfect person? That proves that she thinks she's a perfect person. Bitch, you were not even average. You were not even an average person. Straight up, you can't even do the bare minimum to be the average person or the standard of an average person. How the f do you think you are honestly perfect? My god, the delusion is real with this one. Alright guys, I'm back. I had to take a couple minutes just to calm myself down. You all know how I get with animals, especially with Amber and Foodie. They're just terrible people. But I compartmentalized myself. I'm back. I'm calm, probably for the next couple minutes, and then take another break. But let's get back to the questions, shall we? Moving on to the next question, we have, what's the story behind hectic? It seems to come up a lot, but I don't know the correlation. To which Amber replies, I have this weird thing where I become obsessed with certain words or phrases, quotes, or make certain sounds. Yeah, she's trying to go for probably Tourette's or some shit, non Amber. It's normally just in my personal day-to-day life off of YouTube, but there's been some cases where it's also happened online. That's because Amber takes on personality traits of other people she's around. I myself do the same thing because I'm autistic and we do a lot of masking. I don't do it for masking reasons. I'm a parrot. That's what I do. I parrot things. Me saying hectic is simply one of those moments when it happens. I literally can't stop. It's uncontrollable. It is controllable to a certain extent, but Amber does it just be annoying as shit because she knows people that hate it, and so that's what she's going to do. So it's in part because she's someone who parrots other people, and in part that she knows that a YouTube audience hates it, so she just wants to be annoying as shit. On to the next question we have, did you see Mr. Snowflake's response video to your Ask Me questions? He went in, to which Amber replies, no, I simply don't care enough. Yes, you do, Amber. You care about everyone. If you don't have anything to do with your girlfriend, you probably sit at home and watch every single reaction channel about you. Poor guy freaks out whenever I mention him, but he can he can have multiple channels focused on around me. Did I hurt his feelers? No, Amber, you called him a liar, and he responded by calling your ass out. You can't expect other people to just sit around and take your abuse when you want to abuse them. You falsely called him a liar, and he used your own words against you and called you out on your shit. You want to have attitude, you get attitude back. That's how it works. Don't be a poor loser, sore loser. Yeah, it's a sore loser. Don't be a sore loser because you got your ass handed to you once again. Next question we have, are you and Alexis still buds? To which Amber replies, yes. I mean, the only thing I have to say to that is if you have to stay friends with a two-faced person who spread all of your information around, that just says more about how pathetic you are than really her. I mean, she's a two-faced person, but I mean, you're pathetic for taking her back, so it's just a yikes. Big yikes on bikes all around for you. Moving on to the next one we have, are you okay? You seem very upset or angry at your audience. To which Amber replies, I'm not upset or angry, but you can't expect one person to be belittled by thousands of people daily and them not to say anything sometimes. Trust, I am fine. Amber, you are definitely pissed off because you don't like the fact that people are calling you on your shit. That's all it is. And you're going to say, well, it's because I'm morbidly obese. Not true. There are so many YouTubers that are overweight, who are good people, who are genuinely funny, kind, respectful people, who get love and admiration from the people that subscribe to them. They show them love, they show them support, they show them all these amazing things. You don't get that, for the most part, because you're a terrible person. Not because you're overweight, but because you're a terrible person. It is your personality and your actions that cause you to get the hate that you get. Being overweight is part of what you are. Your actions that lead you to get hate is part of who you are. It is who you are, not what you are. And I will say that 100 times over until you eventually get it. I say that as if, like, I have tens of thousands of subscribers and, like, she knows who I am. She has no idea who the hell I am. She's probably never seen any of my videos. Moving on to the next one we have, is your partner responding to these questions? Doesn't really read as though it's you. To which Amber replies, I'm not even with her. Well, baby girl, we could have told you all that. She's just with you for your body. I'm responding to all of these myself. Okay, is that why you admitted to using AI? Because you had no idea what the hell you were talking about for the moon landing? And even high me, like not actual like recreational high, I was taking pain medication to work my scoliosis, and even high me could call that. Moving on to the next question we have, did your lease in Oklahoma end? To which Amber replied, no, I signed a new lease. Okay, cool, we don't care. I mean, I don't care. Moving on to the next one we have, difference between you and Snowflake was that he was the married one. He's the one who owed loyalties to his wife. To which Amber replies, oop. And it's interesting because, again, Amber, you're a cheater, so you have no room to talk. But I'm pretty sure, again, the Snowflake situation was caused by someone in Foodie Beauty's live stream who made a false accusation to talk about misinformation. They created a false accusation to talk about the spread of misinformation. So he wasn't cheating on her, for at least not for the account that people are talking about. So it's not that he was cheating on his wife or flirting with other people with his wife. That was a false allegation. Now, there could be another situation that I'm not aware of, but that is what I personally know. So if there is cheating allegations, can someone send me that or let me know how that works? Because the only thing I've heard of was the one person in Foodie's live stream that made a false allegation and admitted it was false, like it wasn't true. Moving on to the next one we have, hater or not, you can't deny there's some spark of life and love in there. Wish you the best. To which Amber replies, thank you. And I'm assuming this is about the relationship she has with her feeder. And I mean, yeah, if the feeder is going to look at you like a piece of meat because that's what you asked of her, there is going to be some sort of spark of life there because you are literally just a fetish. You are an object of pleasure to her. She doesn't care about you because you're going to be body number 2 and then she's going to move on to body number 3. Like, Amber, wake up. Alright guys, we're nearly finished. We've got a few more to go. So we're just going to move on to the last couple. There's like 4 more, I think. Alright, so we have the next one, which is Tommy your age? To which Amber replies, she's a year younger than me. And, I mean, at least she's not like 13 years younger or whatever it was. You know, Amber is pretty creepy with those age differences. Moving on to the next one, we have Mr. Snowflake seems obsessed, like in an odd way, almost like he likes you. To which Amber replies, most reaction channels have a parasocial relationship with me. They created their own channel around me. It's very strange. 2 things, Amber. Most people talk about more people than just you. So, like, most reaction channels have more than one subject. And the second thing is, for me personally, I can't talk about everyone else. It's like watching a car crash. It's akin to watching a car crash. It's like morbid curiosity forces us to watch the train wreck that is your life. Like, we can't look away because it's just like the deepest, darkest form of entertainment that we need to watch, because we all know this is just like, it's like the most trashy of entertainment. Like, you know, like the worst reality TV shows put into one, except it's real. It's not played up for the cameras. This shit show is her actual life, and it is the funniest shit because she does and says things that make her look like the most horrendous person, and then she cries about it on the internet, and you're just like, dude, take a look in the mirror why we don't like you. Moving on to the next one, and I feel like this is pure gold because this just shows you Alexis doesn't give two shits about Amber's feelings, and Amber is really just trying to put up a brave face because she knows this hurts. But do you feel Alexis is shady by being insulted to be compared to you size-wise? To which Amber replies, no, I don't think it was shady. Anyone would be upset if someone assumed they were 200 pounds heavier than they actually are. Now, 200 pounds, think about that for a second. So if Amber's in the 500s, we can only assume that she's in the 300s. And Alexis is a big girl. No hate, I used to be big. But at the same time, she was talking about Amber's size and how Amber looks. So Alexi, you got to calm down, girl, with your being upset because you were throwing shade at Amber and now you're getting that energy back. So be very careful with what you say because people then have the right to talk about you when they already have body issues, especially if it's hundreds of people saying it. Again, you know, she threw shade and now she's going to shade back. So careful what you wish for. You got the attention you wanted. All right, guys, we've only got 3 more to go. So let's get through them, shall we? Where do you buy your pants from? I'm having problems finding good ones in my size. Honest question. Love heart. To which she replies, womanwithin.com. Honestly, if they're going to fit Amber, they're going to fit you. So that's definitely a really good question. No hate to her at all. Moving on to the second last one we have, I just finished The Silent Patient and I'm shocked to say that it was such a good book. To which Amber replies, yes, I highly recommend this book. Now, I had no idea what this book is, so I decided to look it up and check out some of the reviews. And I understand why Amber would like the book because apparently people are saying it is so inherently misogynistic that it's crazy. And the perception of how abuse victims turn into abusers really leads way to him having a very poor mindset. And that makes a lot of sense considering the fact that Amber likes the book. But we have a line about how a woman that looks like a Barbie doll is named Barbie, who has a bunch of plastic surgery, who's in her 60s and wears Chanel No. 5. So basically just a rip-off of Barbie. Then there's another one saying that he essentially ripped another book called The Maidens off The Secret History, which was written by Donna Tartt. Essentially, it's a fan fiction of her work, which is doesn't sound good either. And then we have another one saying that it's essentially good women versus bad women. Good women looking like maternal, beautiful sex objects, and bad women look like fat, ugly, grotesque women. Essentially, Kathy went from this hot, beautiful, you know, amazing sex object to being ugly and disgusting after she had a betrayal of one of the characters. So by the sounds of it, the guy sounds like a massive twat. Something I do want to talk about is how a lot of media treats women, especially when it comes to like multiple different things. Like there's not a lot of older female characters that are well written. There's not a lot of female characters that are supposed to be more feminist that aren't there to challenge men. Like even when they are independent and can do things on their own, a lot of the times now, especially in current media, it's there just to challenge men. They're still being defined by men. And it's like you can have an independent woman who is not just a Mary Sue that has flaws, that has their own character growth and arcs, and still not be defined by men. And it's almost kind of a slap in the face because you want to create a character that is able to do things on their own, but still have their own personality and their own depth. And it's like, okay, well, you can do those things, you can have those messages without forcing them onto the audience, and you don't need to really use them as a plot device or as a carrier for a message. You can do those things and still have a very enjoyable character. But when you try to force a message onto them, you almost create a character that lacks depth or lacks personality. And if you see them only as a messenger, then you're not going to give them the same attention or love that you would give any other character. Treat them like a character first, and then give them the message if you want to give them the message. In the same way that if you want to use them for a plot device, don't use them only for a plot device. That character should not only be just the main character's female love interest. They should not only be there to be captured or be the damsel in distress. They should not only be there to exist purely to move the character, like, you know, to move the character's motivation forwards. There can be so many other things on top of the plot device, on top of the messenger, on top of, you know, there to fill out the cast type thing. And it's like a lot of people often forget that a character is supposed to be enjoyable, and they're often enjoyable because of the flaws they have, because of the personality they have, not purely just the role they have in the story. And like, take Tomb Raider, for example. Like, Lara Croft, she is one of the most famous, well-written characters in media, and she has gotten multiple adaptations now, and she's getting another adaptation in a animated TV series. And it's like, she has the ability to be headstrong, smart, intelligent. She is able to discern things that are lies and manipulation. She is able to work with teams even though she is independent. She's not constantly challenging men just to be a feminist icon. She's not being defined by her constant battle with men, even though she does fight a lot of men and she does really work in order to better herself as a character and challenge the thoughts and opinions of men in her area. She's still able to work and establish bonds with male characters. That is a great way of writing a character that is someone who is headstrong, who is intelligent, who is smart, who has her own flaws, and works on herself to be a better character. Because she does have her own desires, and sometimes that does lead her to do stupid things or very selfish things, but she's able to understand her flaws and develop over time. That is a really good character that people enjoy because of her personality, because of her flaws, because of her just overall energy that she carries into the story. And when you have characters that are developed purely to be the plot device, they're almost emotionless. Like, they have no depth. Or you could really perceive it, even when you try to give them like a personality, you can see right through it. Like, a lot of manga and like anime is really well known for this, where they have female characters there just to be either fan service or just to be like the character's love interest or the person they marry at the end of the story so they can continue it on in another installment. And it's like horrendously bad. Like, I think of like Hinata in Naruto, where her entire character arc is just loving the main character from the beginning, marrying the character, having 2 children, and no personality in between. That's it, full stop, no personality. The only time she is relevant is when she nearly dies. She nearly dies in a tuning exam to her cousin to give motivation for the main character. She nearly dies in the war arc in order to save the main character. She nearly dies in the pain arc to save the main character and give him motivation to beat the big bad guy. It's like, that is such a horrendous way of making a female character because she just exists for the main character. So I kind of hope that I explained it well enough for people to understand. I probably went on a little bit of rant because it does annoy me that people really perceive female characters as a way of really just moving the story forwards or giving motivation for the male characters to move forwards. Moving on to the last one, we have, so Feline didn't encourage weight loss surgery or Ozempic. What part of your lifestyle did she not like? And Amber replies, never said she didn't support it. Quite the contrary. Please stop twisting my words. I give an inch and people ask for a mile. I'm done talking about Feline. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't believe Amber has said that. I could not have read the message, or I may have forgotten about it already, but I don't think Amber said that she didn't encourage weight loss surgery or Ozempic. I think it was that she did not support like, Wifey did not support Amber binge eating or overeating. I think that's what Amber may have said or may have been hinting at. Amber has a very juvenile way of writing that causes her to kind of elapse on certain key details. Like, she doesn't add the key context in order to really fully explain things. And it's weird because she will talk about the most private things and go into great detail, and everyone's like, well, you don't want that. But the things that we want her to talk about, she will always leave it out. And whether it's on purpose or by accident, I don't know which, but I don't think Amber meant it in the way that Feline was specifically saying, well, I don't support you losing weight. I think it's more so that she didn't support Amber going about it or Amber doing it wrong. Now, this is not to defend Amber. She could be completely in the wrong, but I don't know if Amber said that she was opposing weight loss surgery or Ozempic. Alright guys, this is going to be the end of the video, so thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Also, to the women in the comments who may watch this all the way through, could you please let me know how you view how women should be written in media? Like, I am interested in seeing how you guys perceive it, or if you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm right, or if you agree, whatever it may be. Like, I would like to see how you would perceive how women should be written in media. Like, that would be something I would like to read. So if you guys get to the end of the video, can you please just let me know if I had a good take, if I had a bad take, or something I could improve on? I'm always interested to learning and growing. You know, it's a nice thing to get some people's experiences on how they view themselves and view other people. But again, thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully get to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.